In sea burnie threat areas, contamination avoidance is key to preventing assets from being contaminated. Upon direction from the Unit Control Center, or UCC, all facilities and personnel will be prepared for attack. Close all facility windows and follow blackout procedures, cover building identification signs, and cover windows to prevent line of sight inside. Facilities will establish one entry control point that will be used by all personnel and establish a 24-hour door guard schedule. Place hand and foot troughs at entry control point. Hand and foot troughs must be filled both with water and 5% chlorine solution. Replace the solution every 48 hours or after 400 uses, whichever comes first. It's the door guard's responsibility to keep track of this. All personnel must know how to turn off all ventilation systems in their facilities in the event of attack. Procedures will be available on a checklist in the Shelter-in-Place Guide located at every facility and at the UCC. Establish a chemical waste container, providing a place to dispose of chemical contaminated waste. The container should be at least 10 feet from any facility entrance and properly marked and cordoned off. Ensure the container is covered and double-lined with plastic for easy removal. M8 paper should be placed on all 4 sides or corners of a facility. M8 should be 25 feet away per story from the building and at least 3 feet above ground level. Ensure M8 stanchions are away from trees or overhead cover. Always be sure to place M8 paper horizontally and mark time, date, and initials with pen on the tape that is holding the M8 paper. Do not continually line through each date and time. Replace M8 upon contamination or getting wet from the elements such as morning dew, rain, sleet, or snow. When possible, use 2 layers of plastic sheeting to protect assets or vehicles that are not beneath overhead cover. The following is a step-by-step tutorial of how to cover assets and vehicles. M8 should be placed horizontally on all 4 corners of the asset or vehicle. Ensure M8 is not placed near hot spots of the vehicle and that it is not placed too high. Note: on a vehicle, place M8 on the front hood above the headlights and on the rear trunk or tailgate just above the tail lights. At the time of placement, mark the tape holding the M8 with the date, time, and initials. After being marked and placed correctly, a layer of plastic will be draped over the asset and another layer of M8 will be placed onto the plastic sheeting. Ensure the M8 is staggered to avoid covering the paper on a lower layer of the covered asset. Place the second layer of plastic on the asset in the same fashion. Plastic should be flushed with the asset to prevent pooling of contamination. Stagger M8 on the corners again so that all 3 layers of M8 can be seen underneath the plastic. Ensure sandbags are placed under the plastic to avoid contamination. Use sandbags or the tires of the vehicle to anchor the plastic sheeting in place.